But according to the Washington Post, democracy, they die in darkness. And apparently, they're the ones shutting off the lights. The Post pulling an anti-Hamas political cartoon after an internal revolt from staffers last week.
Now the artist who created that cartoon, you can see it right there on your screen. He is speaking out against that very censorship.
Joining us now is the cartoonist himself, Michael Ramirez. Mr. Ramirez, good to see you and thank you for joining us on The Bottom Line. Let's just get your reaction to your cartoon being canceled by the Post.
Well, you know, this was a very extraordinary collaborative effort between the Washington Post and my paper, the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I'm the editorial cartoonist for the Las Vegas Review-Journal, but I do two cartoons for the Washington Post, and they appear simultaneously in both papers. Now, obviously, I didn't like the fact that they pulled it from the Washington Post, but the fact remains it is still on the website of the Review-Journal, and they stand behind me 100%.
But, Michael, does the Washington Post not understand the value of political cartooning, and particularly the very value of that work that you did and the work you do and the work of political cartoonists going back to Ben Franklin and the join or die cartoon message that he sent to the British colonies, I think it was 1754?
You know, Dagan, it's unfortunate that since these debates on censorship from, John Milton in 1644 and John Stuart Mills and fighting for liberty in 1859, that in 2023, we have to resurrect these battles so that we could have freedom. You know, when I was with the LA Times for 7 years, I would go on USO and tours to Afghanistan during wartime, and I felt safer on tour in the war zones than I did walking through the newsroom of the LA Times. This modern journalism culture and this kind of woke censorship that's going on is a danger to freedom and liberty. And I stand behind the cartoon. I also stand behind the critics that want to criticize my cartoon. I understand that. But we need to have this debate. It's better to expose all these issues in the daylight of the public forum and debate them out in the open than have them circulating in the darkness. And I think that's what makes America extraordinary, is that we can have these debates and find consensus in the fiery forum of discussion.
Not with guns and knives, and that's the purpose of free speech. And I love that you say that you support the people who don't like your cartoon. That is the point of free speech. I wonder, do we ever get back to a place where there's a respect for people who we disagree with, who we might aggressively disagree with them, but we believe in the right of them to have an opinion and the right for them to say it in public? Can we get back to that place? Can the liberals, the wokes, many of them in media, get back to a place of accepting people who don't always agree with them and share their point of view?
You know, I hope so, Sean. I think part of it is the way that the organic training that they're doing with the social reengineering in education, which is focusing on these sort of political ideas rather than the fundamentals of education. And now you see generations of that coming to fruition. Right. But I think people are getting tired of it. I think that, I did a show the other day and they had a poll on who supported the cartoon and who didn't. And this cartoon is straightforward. Hamas is a terrorist group. Right. I labeled the person Hamas. We know who he is. He's a guy who went on television and said, not only do I celebrate October 7th, the October 7th attack, but I would do it over and over again until Israel's removed. If you can't criticize that, then what can you? And how ironic is it that people are accusing me of overgeneralizing it and stereotyping people, but they can't seem to distinguish between a known terrorist and innocent Palestinians. That's right. I think there's a backlash, Sean, that's going on. I think people are tired of it. And, the truth is ultimately going to come out. It may hurt. They can call me whatever names they want, but the facts are the facts, and the truth will remain the same.
I hope you're right, and I hope you stand. I'm grateful that you stand up by your artwork and push back and do shows like ours.
We won't call you names, Michael. We will call you to come back on.
That's right. Michael Ramirez, thank you for joining us.